amazing series.
In my travels through the southern part of Africa, I've come across a concept that continues to baffle me, and that's the concept of colored people. I'm joined by Diana, who is considered a colored person. Now, you know, if you're in North America or if you have any idea of the North American culture, calling somebody colored is an insult. It's considered quite offensive. But in the southern part of Africa, people are labeled colored and they are proudly called colored. How do you feel being called a colored person, Diana?
It's pretty normal because people know that there's a certain section of the population that's neither black nor white, and it's basically the coming together of the black and the white. But because we were not accepted by the whites before colonialism, and maybe also frowned upon by the blacks, we were put into our own community. So we've actually been raised, okay, separated, okay, as a totally different race from everybody else.
Okay, so colored then is the mix between black and white and Indian or anything.
Yeah, black and white, Indian and black, colored and colored, because there's some first generation, there are the second generation, and so on.
From what a mutual friend was explaining to me, someone can be even darker than me, but still called colored.
Colored, yeah.
Why is it?
It's also got to do with the environment that they've grown up in.
Okay.
You know, like this is like, as I mentioned the areas before, there are actually some areas that are segregated for.
Really?
You know that, okay, this is a colored neighborhood.
So there's a neighborhood, there's a community of people where just colored people live.
Yes, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you'll find them in other places as well.
Yes.
But there's a certain place where you like find the bulk of the community.
So how are you raised? Are you raised from a different culture? What if the Africans don't think you belong to them and the whites don't think you belong to them? What set of cultural principles or heritage are you raised on?
I'd actually say that we have our own principles.
Like what? This is to me. This is like this
each
is
family, each colored family you'll find will draw whatever bits they like from.
So do you have your own holidays?
No, we don't have our own holidays and that. We basically
traditional foods.
We're mostly Christian
okay.
and stuff. Yeah, primarily Christian. You also will have quite a few Muslims in the colored communities. And then you can have, on the food side, you find there's some families who are more like the Indian food type of food, yeah. And then others who traditionally English, you know, they like the roasts and the this and that. And Sunday lunches.
Is it okay for you to marry people from other
non-colored? Okay, going back to like first generation colors, okay. I'll give the example of my grandma. Okay. Her mother was black, and her father was white, a Scotsman. And her mother took her when she was 17, and she took her to the Arcadia, the colored neighborhood.
It's called Arcadia.
Said, yes. She said, now that you've started working, this is the place where you must have your house and live and grow your family. And make sure you also marry the same of your kind.
Oh,
that was what her mother said to her.
So the mother actually plucked her and put her in the Arcadia community so that she maintains the integrity of the colored lineage.
Yes. Even though her mother was black.
Are colored considered superior to blacks?
Okay, now we're going to go to the work environment. Back in the 80s, I'll say. Okay.
In the 1980s, not 1800s.
1980s.
Okay. All right, just trying to set that straight.
Yeah, I'll say the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
You would have like top management being white. Middle management would be like your coloreds, Indians even, and then the lower workforce you would find like the blacks there. So
growing up, did you go to school in the colored community? Do you have your own hospitals, your own schools?
Basically.
You do?
Basically, because in that community, you'll have, if you like meet anybody in town, a colored person or whatever, 70% of the chances is they went to Moffat Primary School, and Milton high school. And those are all in the colored communities.
Can a black person go to school in the colored community?
Now it's happening.
But before
Before,
you stick to your own race?
yeah. I think slowly it's actually disintegrating and people are doing away with it because you find that more and more coloreds are marrying other cultures.
I see. I'll tell you that why this is a bit baffling, or I find it extremely fascinating, because in the Ghanaian culture that I grew up in, if you're of mixed race, you're called half caste. If the half caste person marries a black person, then you become quarter caste. But basically, it really stops around the half caste, no quarter caste. Then afterwards, you're just considered, oh, she's Ghanaian, the first Ghanaian. And in the North American culture that I've also been accustomed to, if you have the idea is if you have one drop of black in you, you are black. And so now I come to the southern part of Africa and you're like, oh, these people are colored people. I'm like, what? They use that term, colored? And not only is it a label, it's a race. And so I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? And now you tell me there are hospitals and communities and schools for colored people. My mind is just going like,
there are even functions. Everybody will know, like New Year's Eve and everything. Oh, the colored community is doing this.
Really?
Yeah. And then you decide whether you want to go to the colored gig or you want to go to, yeah.
Are you proud of it? Are you proud to be a colored person?
I don't have a choice because it's what I'm labeled as.
Do you feel, maybe I'm being overly sentimental as I'm known to get, but do you feel abandoned by each side, that I'm not black, I'm not white? Why can't you just belong in one section?
I guess the color that we are basically makes us different from either section. So
in a way, this has given you a sense, it's given the colored race a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
That we belong.
Yeah. That at least if we can't lean towards either side, at least we can come together.
And lean on each other.
Okay, but I think as a colored person, we have to look beyond skin color. Okay, because what makes you different from the next black person sitting next to you, or the white person sitting next to you? At the end of the day, we all want the same opportunities. We all want to dream to the same heights.
But I wish there wasn't so much segregation, that people would just, like, I really just...
I too wish there wasn't so much segregation, but the fact is, it's there. And the other thing is, a lot of coloreds are not exposed to the local language, which is another barrier from them being accepted by the black side. You know, because they primarily speak English.
Okay.
They even have a whole version of the English language, their slang.
Oh, give me a few words. If I'm saying, let's eat.
Let's go catch a graze.
Let's go catch a graze. I want to bath.
I'm gonna go that.
You're going to go down?
I'm gonna sleep.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm gonna go crash.
I'm going to go crash. Okay.
Okay.
Oh man, it's been a hectic day.
Oh no, that won't be in. You'll be able to air it. You'll have to bleep it out.
Well, this has been very informative for me. Very informative, I'm telling you. So thank you. Thank you. So from what you know, my darling viewers, is being called colored in the southern part of Africa is not an insult.
No.
It's a race of people who actually call themselves colored as well.
Yeah.
What do you know? Thank you, my colored friend.
Amazing series.